Thank you for coming back, folks. We really have an exciting interview for you today. I'm very pleased to introduce you to Katrina Garcia. And there she is. And I met Katrina at the Delray Farmers Market a couple weeks ago, and enjoyed some of her wonderful products and food and different things. And we started to talk, and I realized that she would be somebody that we would really want to be part of this Health and Wellness Summit, because she is an expert on paleo. And she's going to tell us today about what it means to enjoy and benefit from the paleo lifestyle. So we are going to talk about paleo diet, but it's more than just diet. It's really the paleo lifestyle. We were just discussing that. So Katrina has a degree in chemistry, and she was really going to go into food and the chemistry of food, and you know, that whole thing, and that's really helped her with what she's doing now. But what she's doing now is much broader than just the understanding the chemistry of food. So I'm going to turn it over now to Katrina and let her tell you about how the paleo lifestyle has changed her life. So Katrina, take it away.
Yes. Hi, everybody. So like Clyde was saying, I have a degree in chemistry. And what I really wanted to do with that was go into food science. So I wanted to be one of those people that worked for Doritos or Reese's or Skittles and created a new flavor. I wanted to be in the lab and just working with a bunch of chemicals and creating flavors that the world could enjoy. But then I started just really understanding my own health and the basis of what chemicals are and the fact that we really shouldn't be putting them into our bodies. And so once I started having that awareness and started really understanding that sometimes food is not good for us and we really need to take care of the vessel that we have been. And I really started understanding that food is the key and the gateway to having a healthy, sustainable life, not only mentally, emotionally, physically, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad has celiac disease, and I was really tired of us buying gluten-free products in the store, like desserts and stuff that we would get for family gatherings. And we would buy gluten-free products and you would read the nutrition label and it was just full of stuff that you've never even heard or seen about, or you just couldn't even pronounce. And all it really did was taste like cardboard. It wasn't moist. It wasn't anything that you would want to enjoy. So then we got our heads together. We started baking in the kitchen and we started creating recipes with different kind of flours, nut flours, rice flours, and just creating moist products that were good and sustainable for your life that you would want to come home to, just like anybody would want to come home to a tiramisu.
Right.
And so we put our heads together and then we started baking some stuff, and we realized that even with rice flours and even with some processed flours, they're still
gluten, right?
Yeah, you're still taking, well, not only gluten, but just chemicals in general from being processed or genetically modified rice. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're taking a step further and caring about your health, but then you're still not giving yourself the opportunity to live the life that you should be living, having products free of any chemicals or any genetically modified or anything that, you know, is harming you.
Yeah.
So then I took it a step further and now I just use organic nut flours. So I use almond, coconut, hazelnut, anything that
macadamia nut is good too, isn't it?
Macadamia is very good. Pistachio flour. Then obviously you get into more costlier nuts because nuts are very expensive, unfortunately. But just taking a step further and really diving into what you're putting into your body, really diving into how you feel as an individual once you eat certain things, taking your body as an experiment and really understanding your mental clarity once you eat, before or after something you eat, and understanding that your body's going to perform a certain way given what you feed it. And so with my baking business, I am really just trying to have people become more aware of their bodies and more aware of what they're putting into them and more aware of how they feel. I I am I'm a victim of being a person who would say, "Oh, I just feel so lethargic today," or "I feel down, I feel tired, I have no energy." But I would never really understand that it was me that was feeding myself maybe waffles in the morning, or maybe Chick-fil-A for lunch,
Right.
or maybe a big bowl of pasta and mozzarella cheese at the evening, you know? Like, those things are not helping you feel or you living your best life. So
Well, they dull you. You should be feel like a dulling influence eating those kind of things. Yeah.
exactly.
But as opposed to being clear and light and, feeling
And
good. Yeah.
exactly, feeling energetic.
Energetic. Yeah. Right.
And so really what I'm trying to do is create awareness within the individual to understand what and how they're feeding themselves to live a more sustainable lifestyle and a more happy, energetic, positive, uplifting lifestyle, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. So how have you found when you approach other people and, is it difficult for them to make that transition? Is it easy? I mean, what kind of results are you having when you introduce this to people?
So maybe I should dive into for the people that might not know what paleo is.
Yes, good idea.
So paleo is a lifestyle where you only eat what you could have hunted and gathered for in the past.
Mhm.
So let's say I was a cave woman back in the prehistoric times,
Right.
and I found some sweet potatoes and potatoes growing out of the ground, and I used my rock and stick to make a spear, and I cut some food up, and I camped and made a fire, like things that I could have made myself or baked or cooked over a fire. Those are things that we should be eating and going back to.
Mhm.
When we introduce the industry and the machine and processing and having a more feeding the masses kind of deal with food, we have taken away nutrition, we have taken away the value of good local organic food, and we have then substituted it with just convenience. And so we really have to go back to first cooking in the kitchen and learning how to use food and really what they taste like and how, um, just
And how local the produce is.
exactly. I
Right.
don't want my food to be coming from Thailand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I should be helping the man that's living next to me in my own space and area, and I should be eating organic and having
Right.
just sustainability.
Yeah.
And so paleo is really, really honed in on eating what you could have hunted and gathered for, what is real, what is wholesome, what is nutritional, and everything in between of that sort. So it also eliminates soy. Soy is an estrogen blocker, which is very bad for women, and it eliminates the production of your own estrogen. So if you ever were to stop eating soy, your body would not then learn to produce it again. And so paleo is also soy free, and that is taking it a step further into having a more sustainable lifestyle, living long term.
Right. Right. It's also, isn't it very difficult to get non-GMO soy?
Exactly. So there you're already helping yourself.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that is not necessarily good to eat on the paleo diet is legumes, which are peanuts, beans, lentils, things of that sort, because your body doesn't digest those properly. And we need to stay away from those because they didn't digest in our body properly. They stay in your body for up to 3 days. So it's really, it's not a diet so much as it is an awareness of the right foods to be feeding yourself to live a full life and to be giving your body a fighting chance
Mhm.
within
I did
everything.
not know that about, would that be legumes too, like dal, like
Mhm,
Earl dal? Like, 'cause
mhm.
I make my own doses with Earl dal and rice. So that's one of those things that would be hard to digest.
hmm
Okay.
The
Okay.
fiber goes through your body and it attaches to your body, but it also sits in your body, and it takes forever for your body to digest. If you were to eat a salad, your body takes
No, I have noticed that though. I have
it
noticed
sits
that when
there.
I love my doses, but I do feel heavy after it.
Mhm.
So that's what that is then.
Yeah, so paleo is a very anti-inflammatory diet. And what you're going to find when you eat foods like that is your body just becomes bloated. Your body just sits in it, sits, holds it. It just, you become this
And that's
inflamed.
where the inflammation comes from. Yeah,
And our whole, pretty much 75% of our population is inflamed.
right.
And so the paleo diet just made sense to me. It just made sense to try. I want to not diet lifestyle, but it just made sense because you're you're feeding your body what you the proper things to live day to day and to sustain. And I mean, I want to live till like I'm 100 years old. I don't know about anybody else, but I would like to
My
live.
goal is 120.
There you go. And
Might as
that
well,
is
if you're going to make a goal, you might as well, make it a really far out goal, right? And
exactly.
but I have one of my models is Robert Marchand in Paris, and he's into biking like I am. He's 110, and he continues. His doctors say that he trains. He's always training for a race that he puts on every year, where he invites people to come and ride around this mile-long track. And they do as many times around that mile-long track in an hour as they can. And he invites everyone in the world in his age group, and he wins every year because the age group is 100 and over.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
And that age is definitely attainable.
it is.
It is totally attainable, and I don't think people realize that.
I know.
Or maybe they don't want to live that long, but living that long is totally attainable.
Right.
And if you think about we're only given life to live, why wouldn't you want to live if possible?
Exactly.
So I look at my mom. She has been paleo for 20 something years. She's 62 and she lives in Leadville, Colorado, and she competes in the Leadville 100. I don't know
Oh
if you ever
yeah.
did it, but it's an
Yes, I
ultra
do know
marathon.
about that. Yeah.
And she is in the greatest shape of her life. She rides roller coasters with me. She does the Leadville 100. She cross country skis every day after work. Like, she is such an inspiration to me because she takes her health so seriously, and I know that she's going to live forever.
Right. Right. Right.
She
And
just
yes, that's awesome. And good for her.
And she's just happy. She's full of life. She has energy to do everything. She's not inflamed. She doesn't take a bunch of pills in the morning. She's completely pill free, medication free. She has no issues. And that genetics, that could be hereditary, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that she has promised to live a healthy lifestyle for her sake and for her husband, for me, for her family. She cares about being here and alive for us
Right.
and present in every moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying because I'm trying to do the same thing, exactly what she's doing. And I ride across my bike across the state of Iowa every year in an event called Ragbri, where we ride for 470 miles in 7 days. And I
That's
do
awesome.
that with my grandsons every year.
I
So
would love to do the PCT trail. Have you ever done that?
no, I have not. I haven't.
I don't even know how long it is, but from Oregon to the bottom of
I've
California.
heard about that. Yeah, I know people have done that.
That
That's
would be amazing.
yeah, no, yeah, I have heard of that one. Yeah, so in the Leadville 100, I've heard of that too because it's mentioned in the book Born to Run.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing that she does that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, she's been living there for about 5 years and she absolutely loves it. And just living in the fresh, cold mountain air,
Right,
plus having a paleo lifestyle like that, just makes her so freaking happy.
that's great.
So
All
freaking
right, well, there you go. There's your model, folks,
happy.
right there, because that's pretty incredible. Anybody that does that 100-mile race at that 62 has got to be serious about health.
Mhm.
That's pretty incredible. Uh, wow. So Tell us a little bit more about, how you get involved. What are like the first steps for somebody that want to go into this?
So the first steps, I think the easiest steps would be dairy.
Okay.
Most people cut out carbs first, but in my opinion, I think dairy is the easiest.
Well, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
if you really study and research where milk comes from and where cheese and everything comes from, I think that alone will help you eliminate it even more. But dairy is a big, big, big inflammatory ingredient that your body just does not need. And so dairy, I think, would be the first step. I think the second step would then be to start cutting out gluten. I'm sorry to say that, folks, but gluten. So like your pizza, your bread, your pasta,
You know what though? Now there's more and more, like at this one restaurant,
there's so many options.
they have cauliflower crust now. They make a wonderful crust. It tastes much better than the wheat crust, in my opinion.
There's,
So there's options. You
there's
know,
definitely options. And we now that, I mean, I think just with the natural progression of evolution, I think that we have noticed more inflamed individuals in our population. And so therefore the diet trends have become more gluten-free.
mhm.
And so there are a lot of gluten-free options out there, thankfully. Um, just then I would really encourage everybody to look at the ingredients of those gluten-free products, really understand where they're coming from, because they could also be doing more harm than the real product that does have gluten. So I would really just encourage everybody to really look into what the ingredients are. It's really creating knowledge for yourself and creating awareness of what ingredients you're putting into your body, because I don't think our body was ever meant for chemicals.
Have you thought about creating a book, a recipe book?
So I have my own that I've created, and I have about 50 recipes that me and my dad have created. I I have always thought about that. It's just I'm working on my food truck first, so that it's like one thing at a time.
Mhm.
But I have thought about that. I didn't think that there would ever really be, yeah, I have thought about it. I'm just not working on it yet.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Um, I know Rich Roll, who is one of the top ultra athletes and ultra distance athletes in the world.
Mhm.
He and his wife have a book that has been very helpful for us. All kinds of recipes for desserts, and that are don't have any refined sugar in them, no gluten, no dairy, and they're pure vegans. And it's, but they also do what you're doing too. They're all looking at locally grown, where they can get it and everything. But that book is very, very helpful. It's nice to have some recipes, especially if you're just getting into it, like you're encouraging people to do. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to prepare things. And so you already got 50 recipes. You've got a book there. It's a thought.
This is the light bulb now.
Yeah. Yes. I'll buy the first copy.
Thank you, Clyde. But yeah, I think honestly, just really looking into where your products are coming from is the first step.
Okay.
Eliminating the things that make you feel inflamed, make you feel lethargic, make you feel low energy, make you feel just not your best self because your body's not performing your best self.
Right.
So, really having the awareness of where your body is feeling, I think, is a huge huge step in where people could go and where our population can go to be a healthier, sustainable lifestyle. Because I think that a lot of people might not coincide their health with the food that they're giving their body.
Mhm.
And those two are
Yeah.
very important aspects into how you feel as a human in
Yeah.
everyday living.
The first time I heard about dairy, really, I mean, I had to cut out dairy a long time ago. Dr. Bernard Jensen told me to cut out dairy in 1975 in San Diego. He's the one who created the field of iridology, where you can tell what's going on in your body through your irises.
Mm.
And he did all his tests on me, and no more wheat, and no more dairy, you know, and no more refined sugar. And, you know, it made such a difference. That was when I first did. And then I spoke at the North American Vegetarian Conference in Pennsylvania a long time ago. And I met the guy who wrote Milk, the Deadly Poison, Milk, the Deadly Poison.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, his book and his speech was so compelling, you know, because most people, after a couple of weeks, the average male, who eliminates dairy from their diet will lose 13 pounds. And that's just mucus. And, you know, it's just in your body from all that dairy that we were not meant to drink cow's milk.
No, and we're not meant to have so much mucus inside of us.
That's right.
We're not meant to be so inflamed, and we're not meant to have so much mucus. And dairy and gluten are the culprits of both of those things.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Right.
So eliminating those will make a world of a difference in anybody's life.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead.
If I take my boyfriend, for example, we've been dating for about a year now. Mm-hmm. And he was the shittiest eater when I met him. If I'm allowed to say that, I'm sorry.
Oh no, we'll cut it out.
Okay. He just didn't cook for himself. He made fries and chicken tenders every night for dinner. Like, it was about convenience for him because he had a long day at work. He just wanted to get home and eat a meal and just relax. And meeting me really was a game changer because I forced him to sit in the kitchen with me and cook our meals because I'm not going to stand for that.
Right.
And so he's lost maybe 15 pounds. He had a colonoscopy last year, and he just recently had a colonoscopy now. And his doctor said that his gastrointestinal issues have all gone down because he's not inflamed anymore.
Right.
And his hemorrhoids have gone a lot less of a problem because he's no longer giving himself gluten.
How old is he?
He's 43.
Yeah, he shouldn't have hemorrhoids.
No. And so he was super inflamed. He was having digestional issues all the time, gastro issues, and really just eliminating dairy and gluten from his diet has made him feel so much better. And he sits there at the market with me and he tells people all the time, he's like, she's changed my life because I no longer feel like crap, or I no longer feel like I'm just, you know, strutting through life, just picking up my feet. And he always thought it was because of work and stress, but really when you're feeding yourself foods that aren't sustainable, as well as the stress and anxiety and work that can be on top of that, it's a recipe for disaster. Right. And you're not giving yourself a fighting chance.
Right. You know, the fatigue he was feeling is more from the food than it was from working too hard or stress at work. People just don't realize that until they make that change.
Well, and I just had to put that awareness in them.
Another awesome story. So, you know, your mom was a great example for somebody who's older, for those of us that are getting up in the years, and, you know, an example of, you know, the fact that we can live for a very, very long time if we take care of ourselves. But diet is crucial. It's absolutely crucial. What are some of we mentioned the paleo lifestyle. What are some things that are not food related that, you know, you would talk about with a paleo lifestyle that are important other than food?
Well, meditation is good for anybody. Mm-hmm. Sitting down and having time with yourself, really listening to your conscious thoughts, having your mental health be a thing that you're prioritizing is really a strong thing that I abide by. Exercising, hot yoga, cycling, bicycling. I love bicycling too. I cycle maybe 45 miles a week. I try. So
45 miles a week is good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
You're just getting out there and being in the fresh air and the sunlight and exposing your body to the elements that the world has given us, not the elements that we have given ourselves, I think is also very crucial. And just having awareness of oneself, I think I cannot stress enough on. I say awareness all the time, but
Mhm.
having awareness of oneself and your thoughts and the food that you're giving yourself and the way that you're feeling and the way that you're navigating through life is so important. And I think anybody could benefit from that.
I think one thing I would mention is that I love to swim as well. And I have a pool, which is very convenient. And then what I do is, because I realize a big difference swimming in the pool and swimming in the ocean.
Hmm.
I mean, when I swim in the ocean, it's 100 times better.
It's like revitalizing.
Totally revitalizing and healing wounds, everything, skin things, everything. I mean, I get in that ocean and it's amazing what happens. So what I do is I ride my bike up and down A1A, which I'm sure is where you guys probably ride up and down A1A a lot. Yeah. So and I just stop on my way home at Spanish River and I lock up my bike and I go swim for a half an hour. And then I come home and it's just, amazing to
It's
do.
actually, you actually reminded me when I was in high school, I was on a water polo and swimming team. And our coach would make us play water polo out in the ocean at least once a month because he wanted us to get, he wanted us to learn agility through the waves and also adversity through opening up your eyes underwater and having to deal with, defending a ball and all that kind of stuff. So definitely the ocean is a great, great thing.
It really is.
Just a great escape for anybody.
Yeah. So we're lucky we have an ocean to swim in, but other people have rivers and lakes,
Mm.
and things like that, because I do think that makes a big difference and you're connecting with the earth and, it's just, so that's part of paleo too, right? I mean, it's just connecting with the earth and
Well, if you look into like, if paleo lifestyle is eating what you could have hunted and gathered for in the past, being a cave woman, I would have had to trek for miles until I found an animal that I could have used my mental, you know, power to sit there and really try to kill that animal and get it for my feeding because I know that I need it for food to sustain myself.
Mhm.
So I'm using mental power, I'm using agility, I'm connecting with the earth because I'm walking on the land and I'm searching and I'm getting the fresh air. And
Mhm.
I'm using my brain by using these tools and making these tools to go kill this animal. Like all those things I think are encompassing in the paleo diet.
Mhm.
And so having just not the mindset of being a cave woman because we're not in those times, but fending for yourself and caring about yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. And that also we could tie that into the whole freedom thing and everything like that. Like having just a priority for yourself and your health and your mental and your physical and emotional well-being is crucial.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's kind of a great, powerful closing statement there too.
Thank
And
you.
so I'd like you to just let people know how they can get a hold of you and where they can see you. Are you at the Delray Farmers Market every week?
Yeah, so the Delray Farmers Market runs from October to May.
Mhm.
So I think we'll be there for another 2 months.
Mhm.
And then the season starts again in October. Also, in October, I'll be starting the Clematis Market in West Palm Beach. So you'll be able to find me there and at Delray. So that'll be cool.
Where's that Clematis Market? Where do they hold that?
I think it's all the way at the end by the water. I think it's like 100 West Clematis Street or something like that.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. I
I've
think
never
it
been
is.
to that one, but I'll try to check it out sometime. And that's on Saturdays as well?
Yeah, Saturdays from 9 to 2 as well.
Okay.
But for right now, we're just at the Delray Market.
Mhm.
You could always get in contact with me. My business name, my baking business is Eclectic Edibles. So we have an Instagram that you can always message us on. All of our products are gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, organic, no processed sugar. Oh,
Can,
perfect. Thank you, Clyde.
can you read that?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, so you might want to write down that, folks, so that you got to try some of these things. So people can you just mail them to them, or do they have to come by your?
So I have clients that I deliver to throughout the week that are just,
Oh, you deliver. Okay.
yeah. I also do catering events. I kind of do it all. I have hosted pop-up events in the past. I've hosted dinners, I've catered weddings, I've baked for farmers markets. I've been doing farmers markets for about 5 years now.
Mhm.
My products have been in stores in like Plantation and Fort Lauderdale. So I kind of just am an all faceted woman, just trying to create awareness in the world of a healthier lifestyle. And yeah, so
The
if you,
fully faceted cave woman. And
yeah, there you go.
and and did you read the Clan of the Cave Bear books?
No, I have not.
Oh yeah, yeah, I could see you in those times. Yeah, the star of the book is a woman, and she's amazing, amazing woman. But
I would, I
yeah,
can just see myself now bringing home like the holy
yeah.
mammoth just across my shoulders.
Now you got to be pretty self-sufficient in those days, and women's work.
I mean, that's what we should be doing now. We should all be having gardens and vegetable patches outside of our house. That's really, I mean, in
Right.
my dreamland.
Yeah, absolutely. Fruit trees, nut trees. We have a banana tree out here. We have my daughter-in-law across the street has avocado trees. She's got aloe vera growing. I mean, she's got turmeric growing. She's got everything. I mean, she's amazing. So we're kind of lazy because we can always go over there and get, if we need basil, she's got basil, whatever we need, she's growing it. So that's amazing. But it's great to have you. And people need to go and see you at the farmers market and
Yeah,
meet
I would love that.
and talk to you more. But I think this video will serve as a really wonderful introduction to people to the paleo lifestyle. And I think you've done a phenomenal job of explaining it to people. And it's really pretty simple. I mean, it's not hard.
And that's really what I want people to know too. It's not hard, and I don't want you to think of it as a diet that you're going to try for 30 days and get off of it. Like
Right.
it is a lifestyle change that you are committing to, that you are adapting your body to, that you are allowing yourself to fully feel yourself and
Right.
not being inflamed, not being bloated, not being malnutritioned, not being, you just want to feel your full 100% best self. And through the paleo diet, I have been able to do that for myself. I've seen my parents do that. And I know that everybody can do it. I know it. It's really, it's not hard. It's just a change, but
Right.
change is good. Change
It's not, and it's right. It's not rocket science. Very simple. Stop eating dairy, stop eating gluten, start eating things that you can grow and that you can find in your local area. And
start learning how to grow your own food.
yeah. And that's another thing I like about the farmers market. It's all this local produce, a local honey. Local honey is very important, isn't it? Very
Very
important.
important.
Yeah.
And so like at the farmers market, for example, my guava cookies that I make, I buy guava from the organic produce guy at the farmers market,
Yeah.
and I make the guava jam myself. So there, right there, I'm beating the mass man. I'm buying local and I'm helping the community. And I'm also creating a jam that is organic and is not any processed sugar. It doesn't have any chemicals. It doesn't have any citric acid for shelf life. It doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
So it's just wholesome guava jam. And that's what people want.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like your mouth explodes when you eat this food. It's so good.
Thank you.
It's so full and it's so enriching. And
it's good for you.
Yeah, and it's good for you. So, for your kids and your grandkids, this is the way to go.
Start them young.
So thank you for joining us today, folks, and hope you really enjoyed this very, very informative, educational, and valuable experience working with this wonderful, beautiful cave woman.
I love that. I'm gonna go see if I can make like a cartoon of myself in a caveman suit.
So thank you for joining us. Come back soon. Thank you.